Hey there, I'm Hunter, and I want to talk to you about goals. You have them, I have them, we all have them. Whether you want to change the world, write a book, or just finish pairing the socks, they can all seem like climbing a mountain. Despite our best efforts, we fall into a trap. Many times, we give up altogether because of our failure. Many of us fall into the same traps over and over again. We struggle with motivation, we get distracted, and we procrastinate. I believe this is because we lack a solid plan of attack at a micro level. We love that shiny picture of us up top working on our dreams, but don't know how to stop falling asleep on our desks like that other guy. I don't want to blather on about myself, but I do want to establish a bit of credibility. I've been performing stand up for the past 5 years. It's not a straightforward path. I had to figure out how to get started. I started going to open mics and it was bad. But eventually I started getting paid shows. I found a secret. There are simple steps to success. This graph here doesn't represent anything in particular, but it does follow a trend. If you look at the first month, you see a big jump. Then you fall back a bit, but you're still better than you started. This cycle would continue, but unfortunately, many of us stop when we hit that first roadblock. So I want to help stop that cycle because when we achieve our goals, the world is a better place for the most part. So I've read countless books on self improvement. The below are some of the most notable. Reading these allows me to condense the message of many books and give you the real simple truth. They could do the same, but no one wants a 5-page book. These self improvement books all have a simple, common theme. It's all about our habits. From something as simple as the thought habits of thinking you're useless or brilliant to the choice to go to the gym or not, we mainly just do the same things over and over until we insert willpower to change these habits. I know, simple. One of the best examples I can give is the story of three friends. We have James, John, and Jackie. They're friends from high school. They've promised that they would stay in touch and are all doing reasonably well. They have stable jobs, good families, and are in average shape. They have retained knowledge from high school and college and are ready to take on the world. The mental picture of what they want differs from their actions, though. In theory, they all want success. In practice, James starts coding, reading, and eating better. John watches TV, plays Call of Duty, and loves McDonald's. Jackie doesn't really see any problem and doesn't insert herself into her future. She keeps doing what she's always done. So, after a year of these incredibly small changes, James has lost a couple pounds. He's read 15 minutes of self improvement a night. That is 91 hours of learning what it takes to be a good leader. He also has 91 hours of coding under his belt. Doesn't make him an expert programmer, but he knows the difference between Java and JavaScript. What has happened to John in the same time? Well, his choices seem fine. He's put on a couple of pounds, but nothing extreme. He's great at small talk because he knows all the best quotes from The Office. Also, whenever he and James hang out, well, that hour a night has really paid off in that head to head Call of Duty. He seems okay for now. And what has happened to Jackie? Jackie's okay. That's the motto for her life. Just ask her friends. When they say, "Hey, Jackie, how are you?" she doesn't say good. She says, "I'm all right." Jackie is okay. She did the same thing she's always done. She hasn't gotten promoted, but she got a raise. She's a little disgruntled at how things are so monotonous. But 5 years later, well, 5 years later, we see huge changes based on these simple habits. Look at James. His 91 hours a year of 15 minutes a night really paid off. His coding skills put most people to shame. John is a couch potato, and he has been having a hard time at work since he just goofs off. His boss is wishing he had a replacement. Jackie, well, you know. Good or bad, habits drive our behavior. When you are on your phone while you're using the bathroom, come on, I know I'm not the only one. Are you on Facebook or YouTube, or are you learning a language on Duolingo? When you're getting ready for bed, are you watching TV or are you brushing, flossing, and working out? The choice is you, but know where it leads. Of course, the longer we have a habit, the harder it is to break. Changing your life is a monumental effort. Luckily, there are some simple things that all the reading I have done agree upon. These are just a few I find very useful: waking up earlier, making your bed right away, and setting timers to accomplish your goals. I'd like to be more specific about these three habits since they don't seem directly related to most goals. Waking up earlier by an hour sends a message to the animal in your brain that wants to stay the same. It says, "Today you're going to do better." If you're up this early, there must be a good reason. So that takes away the monotony of life and gives extra time. After waking up early, you will have extra time to make your bed. One key concept I have heard in books is that there are too many people who want to change the world and can't even be bothered to make their bed. Making your bed is simple, incredibly simple, and it has a reward that is hidden, the sense of accomplishing something that needs doing. Perhaps my favorite strategy is Pomodoro timers. If you have ADHD like I do, definitely try this. The concept is that you set a timer for 25 minutes with a specific goal in mind. Then you just work on it until that timer goes off. After that, you set a 5-minute timer for a break. Then you jump back in, resetting your focus. Doing these things will help you begin to form other habits that will directly impact your life. The path from there is 100% up to you, but I will make a few suggestions. Pick something you really want, and don't worry whether it makes sense. Being a stand up comedian made and continues to make no sense, but somehow it worked out. And it's important to envision where 15 minutes a day pursuing a goal will put you in 5 years. On a day to day basis, it won't seem like a big deal to skip a day, but one day becomes two, and then three, and more without a vision of what you want. If someone could show you the future with the skills you would gain, would it be worth that extra time for you? If the answer is yes, then I ask you to please take my advice starting tomorrow. Set that alarm tonight, and when your brain tries to tell you to stay in bed in the morning, fight back and be the stronger force in your brain. Get up, get ready, make that bed. Guess what? You have an extra hour. So start the timer, sit down, and just figure out, what do you really want?